Hello, YouTube viewers and Transformers fans of all ages. This is the TFfangeek coming to you live for a special Transformers discussion video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Oh, and someone beat me into typing my hello remark for once. Lord the Louch Productions. Hello to you. And hello, Ninja Bill 1000. So, tonight, I am coming to you live with a special Transformers discussion. So, the discussion is this. Which Optimus Prime toys do you prefer? Ones in which Optimus Prime does not have his trailer, or ones where Optimus Prime does include his trailer? So, to get my own opinion right off the bat, I honestly prefer Optimus Prime toys that do come with the trailer included, but there is a valid argument for the reasons why Optimus Prime doesn't have his trailer and why it's been toys in more recent years that haven't done it. So the point of this discussion, I want to see your guys' opinions about this. So the valid argument for Optimus Prime toys that do come with trailers, and by the way, this is just a quick announcement. This is my latest Transformers quote-unquote custom toy. Basically, I've decided to try and paint the hubcaps on the wheels of the Titans Return Leader Class Powermaster Optimus Prime toy. And so far, I've just painted the outside rim of the hubcaps, so there's silver rings on the tires now. I'm hoping that I can go full-blown hubcaps on them. I tried to do that with Powermaster Optimus Prime mold made of Combiner Ultra Magnus, but I made a huge mistake with Combiner Ultra Magnus. I actually yanked the wheels off to see if it would be easier for me to paint them without them attached to the rest of the toy, and the tiny little support, because the wheels just clip on and off on this mold. There's no screws, there's no metal pins holding the wheels in place, so I thought that would be better, but the tiny little support clips, apparently any type of stress at yanking them out from the toy and they break off. So unfortunately, all the wheels on the trailer of my Combiner Ultra Magnus broke off. I scotch taped them, put scotch tape around the rim so they could go back on the axles, but they're still falling off. So Combiner Ultra Magnus, he'd actually been giving me some trouble. I saw stress marks on his feet, so Combiner Ultra Magnus has become my quote-unquote, to make a joke out of it, junkie on Ultra Magnus, because not only were his feet showing stress marks and wanting to break, but now that I accidentally broke off his wheels, Combiner Ultra Magnus, he definitely looks like he's crash-landed on Planet Junkion, so that is a bit of a shame. So I learned from my mistake, and I'm painting the wheels on Powermaster Optimus Prime still attached to him. But just let me know if you would rather just see the wheels like this where there's silver rings around the wheels, or should I do what I did with Combiner Wars Voyager Class Optimus Prime and paint the entire hubcap silver, if I can. Me personally, that's another debate to discuss. It's not the main one I want to discuss for this video, but let me know right now in the live stream chat what you prefer. Do you prefer Optimus Prime having unpainted all black wheels, or wheels like this toy? Well, he is, and this toy originally was as well. Do you prefer Optimus Prime with all black unpainted wheels, or do you prefer him having silver painted hubcaps and having the illusion of having black tires on his wheels? Let's see. Bumblebee's Bumblebee, hello to you. You say that you prefer the silver lines because it gives it a more stylish look. Yeah, I can see the argument for that. And one thing I did notice is that the center rims of the hubcaps on all of the back wheels on Ultra Magnus, I noticed my silver tool, which I use when I use every piece of silver custom paint I've used on my Transformers toys. I use these. I use Sharpie paint pens to add silver paint details on my custom Transformers toys, so I had trouble getting the tip of the pen all the way down into the deepest point on these back wheels, so I might just leave Powermaster Optimus Prime with these silver rings on the rims of the hubcaps. But when I can, and I do have an Optimus Prime toy that has unpainted black wheels. I do my best to try and paint the whole hubcap silver because that's one of the reason. That's another topic that's here about the main one I'm doing for this discussion video. The original Transformers Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, it was originally sold as a part of Takara Tomi's Diaclone Robots toy line. And back in the early 1980s, toy companies in Japan and also here in the United States, they had what I like to call more freedom than they do today. Toy laws back then were less restrictive than they are now, and basically, back in the 1980s, the toy cars and trucks that sold well on the market were ones that were miniaturized versions of real life makes and models of cars and trucks. Today, if you go inside Walmart or Target and you look at the toy cars and trucks, you'll notice that the designs of the toys, they're stylized, and even if you look at some of the more common types of toy cars and trucks like Hot Wheels cars and Matchbox cars, they look more and more stylized, and they don't look like miniature versions of, as my voice fails, they don't look like miniature versions of real life cars or trucks that you see driving on the streets. And back in the 1980s, that was what toy children wanted to play with, were tiny handheld versions of the vehicles they saw driving in the road. And Takara Tomy, I always felt, when they designed the Diaclone version of Convoy, that's Optimus Prime's Japanese name before he became Optimus Prime, I think that's what they took design cues for, or when designing Generation 1 Optimus Prime, but also back in the 1980s to make the toys look like miniaturized versions of real-life cars and trucks. They would use stuff like chrome paint, and they'd give the toys rubber tires and stuff. But for Optimus Prime, when it came to designing toys of semi-trucks, toy companies back in the 1980s, more often than not, realized that almost all semi-trucks that are seen driving on the road, and it's not just in Japan or the United States, but everywhere, semi-trucks are almost always pulling a trailer behind them, and so the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, that's the reason why he became with a trailer, because Takara Tomy decided, even though the tractor portion of the semi-truck is what turned into the robot, but most semi-trucks are most often seen pulling trailers along. So that's why on the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, Optimus Prime came with a trailer included, and he wasn't just the truck cab. So this noise you're hearing me, when my Transformers toys get dusty, and I can't remember if I suggested this in one of my videos long ago, but what I like to do is I stop by the arts and crafts store and I buy these small-sized paint brushes, and I use them as miniature dusters for my Transformers toys when they get too dusty. And it isn't as effective as other forms of dusting, but it is easier on the toys compared to an actual other dusting, conventional dusting techniques. Now, the point I was trying to get at is because it was commonplace in the 1980s for toy semi-trucks to include a trailer. That's one reason why Generation 1 Optimus Prime had a trailer, even though the trailer, what it did is it transformed into a repair base / mobile base that Optimus Prime pulled along behind him. And in the Transformers Generation 1 cartoon, since the trailer wasn't actually involved in Optimus Prime's transformation to robot mode, only the tractor truck portion of the semi was. As in the Generation 1 cartoon, the semi-trailer, it would kind of just detach from Optimus Prime. It would go off to the side, off screen, and would just disappear and become invisible. And because the trailer wasn't necessarily involved with Optimus Prime's transformation, that's been the argument why in recent years more and more Optimus Prime toys have been lacking a trailer, and it's just been the semi-truck cab. But because of the fact that the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy had a trailer, more and more toys of Optimus Prime that have trailers have been made in recent years. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I will be right back. Sorry about that. It's always busy here around at my house on Sunday nights. Right, so because historically, the point I was trying to make is historically, since Optimus Prime has come with trailers versus toys that don't come with them, a lot of Transformers fans debate today about whether or not if it's the importance of Optimus Prime having a trailer included with his vehicle mode. Now, I said it earlier at the beginning of the video of the live stream chat, and I'll say it again for those of you who are just tuning in, but I prefer Optimus Prime to have a trailer in his alt mode versus the toys that don't. And this right here is in fact the toy that started the trend of Optimus Prime being a semi-truck without his trailer, the 2006 Voyager Class Classics toy. Now, most of you, as you know, if you can tell right away, by the paint job, this is actually the Toys R Us exclusive Age of Extinction repaint of Classics Optimus Prime, but in 2006, this became the first toy based off of Generation 1 Optimus Prime that was lacking a trailer. And a lot of Transformers fans everywhere, when they realized this was an updated toy of Generation 1 Optimus Prime, were wondering, why didn't he have a trailer? Some of the real-life reasons that Hasbro and Takara Tomy might argue is that Optimus Prime not having his trailer is more cost-effective, and here on Classics Optimus Prime, there never was a trailer made for this toy officially by Hasbro and Takara Tomy, but there are more than one third-party versions of a trailer that exist for this Optimus Prime toy. This is my favorite one, and this is Fans Project's G3 trailer for Optimus Prime, and it's basically a modern-day version of Generation 1 Optimus Prime's trailer, and looking at it, you might think it's too big for Classics Optimus Prime, but I actually looked at a photo of the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, and the size between the trailer and the actual Optimus Prime action figure. On the Generation 1 toy, this is exactly almost the same proportions that Generation 1 Optimus Prime had compared to his trailer. So, that's my excuse for getting this E3 trailer by Fans Project. I honestly thought that it concluded the look that Optimus Prime had, the Classics version, that it finally made him a complete toy. Now, for me personally, I was introduced to the Transformers franchise in 2002, starting with Transformers Armada, as my tongue fails me. I can talk perfectly when I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say in these videos, but the moment I get in front of the camera, my tongue wants to do whatever it wants. Has anyone else had that problem? But since I was introduced to the Transformers with Transformers Armada, I honestly thought it was an official policy, at least at Hasbro, that the largest and most expensive Autobot Transformers toy, the largest of the heroic Transformers toys, I honestly thought it was an official policy at Hasbro that Optimus Prime is automatically the largest and most expensive of the Autobot Transformers toys because of the fact that he transforms into an entire semi-truck complete with his trailer. And starting in 2006, when the Transformers Classics Optimus Prime toy was released, I realized that not only was it not an official policy that Optimus Prime has his trailer, but there was unfortunately potential for future Optimus Prime toys to not have any trailer at all made for them. And that, even though I said it started with the Classics toy in 2006, that was the actual starting point. The true starting point was the live-action movies. The decision for Optimus Prime in the first Transformers live-action movie for him to not have a trailer and him just to be the solitary tractor truck portion of a semi, that's what started the trend of Optimus Prime's trailer being pushed aside and forgotten. And to be honest, it wasn't until the Transformers Dark of the Moon movie when popularity in Optimus Prime's trailer started to come back. Some more people have logged on. Let's see, Ninjabo 1000, you are still here. Bumblebees 1000, you're here. Thanos, YouTuber named Thanos. Hi there. Hey there. I don't know what to say. I'm flattered that Marvel character of Thanos' reputation finds my live stream chat worthy of visiting. So thank you, Thanos, for that. So there's just so much I love about Optimus Prime, and this is a discussion I've been wanting to do for some time, but Some people have argued that the War for Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime is one of the best Optimus Prime toys to be released by Hasbro. But to be honest, since I was introduced to the Transformers with Transformers Armada, and just like the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, the toy of Transformers Armada Optimus Prime, it once again was a quote-unquote entire semi-truck complete with a trailer, and so even the most outstanding and must-have Optimus Prime toys that have been released by Hasbro and Takara Tomy, I always feel like there's something missing when there's no trailer included. And if you look on the War for Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime, what I have his weapons plugged into, there's a 5mm peg right there that could easily be turned into a trailer hitch for the War for Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime. So, basically, yeah, I honestly prefer Optimus Prime toys that have trailers, even if they look somewhat goofy looking like this here. This is the, I don't know if anyone remembers this when they were released in 2012, but this is the Transformers Bot Shots version of Optimus Prime, and this came with a launcher that acts as a trailer when Optimus Prime is transformed into his alt mode, and this holds the record in my personal Transformers collection. It is the physically smallest Optimus Prime toy that has a trailer. I forgot how it acted. Oh, there it is. So that's how it opens up. It turns into a launcher. You sit Optimus Prime in here, and then you push a button, and it launches Prime off. I am off, and he instantly transforms into robot mode. But even at this size, there is more play value, I personally feel, and more potential for toys of Optimus Prime that include a trailer versus ones that don't. Now, bringing in the third-party trailer I showed a moment ago, this is the G3 trailer by Fans Project. This one has a transformation, and I have to push myself back a bit to get it on camera, but this is virtually identical to how the Generation 1 Optimus Prime trailer transformed. So, moving this up for you to see, so this right here is was the main feature of Generation 1 Optimus Prime's toy. He had a little robot battle tower that could fold out. Unlike the Generation 1 toy, this one has flip-out molded-in laser guns, and it has two robotic arms. On the Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy, there was just one arm. And the main feature of the trailer is, when it was designed as part of Takara Tomy's Diaclone Robots line, it basically acted as a repair bay for Prime. So I wish this video could last longer, but I have to go right now. It's Sunday night for me, and I wanted to use what little time I had to get this debate out of the way. So this has been a Transformers discussion video on Optimus Prime having his trailer or not having it. Me personally, I like trailered Optimus Prime toys more. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the TFfangeek. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I apologize for cutting this video short, but thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Transform and roll out.